Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. Today is 22nd June 2022. My name is trsv Raghavan and I live in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. I am a published author with Amazon, Kindle, and paperback. I write on spiritualism, fiction, and assorted subjects. Spiritualism happens to be my favorite subject. This is my spiritual channel. We have been trying to find out some important information, teaching, or idea or conclusion from various fables of the famous epic Mahabharata. Today we will continue our discussion of the same. The fisherman chieftain and father of Satyavati was adamant that only Satyavati's son should inherit the throne of Hastinapur. When he made this condition, he could not remember or believe that he was literally wanting Satyavati's son to be the future ruler of Hastinapur. Actually, it so happened that Satyavati had married Raja Janaka, but even before that, he had one son, Veda Vyasa, out of wedlock from sage Parashar. No one could have believed that this man, this original first son, who was born out of wedlock to Satyavati, literally will be the reason for the future rulers of Hastinapur. That his genes will go into the ruling families of Hastinapur. No one could have realized it then, not even Satyavati. However, when her second son, Vichitraveer, was about to inherit the throne of Hastinapur, this woman, Satyavati, ordered or requested her own stepson, Bhishma Pitamaha, to bring a suitable match for Prince Vichitraveerya. Bhishma obeyed and brought not one but three girls. They were sisters and they were all daughters of the king of Varanasi. Their names were Amba, Ambika, and Ambalika. Of these, Ambika and Ambalika married Vichitraveerya. However, before he could have an issue from either of them, Vichitraveerya died. Now Satyavati was left with no heir for her dead husband's kingdom of Hastinapur. Bhishma Pitama refused to either become a king or to marry or do anything. So Satyavati ordered him to bring her own un- out of wedlock son Veda Vyasa to bail her out. We have talked about this particular incident in the last episode. Here we come to know that in the first case of man proposes, God disposes, the fisherman chieftain was royally taken for a ride by the destiny just because he had mentioned that the son of his daughter should become a future ruler of Hastinapur. Her own first out of wedlock son, Veda Vyasa, came into picture. Now, the rulers of Hastinapur had to be away from the royal blood of Raja Shantanu. That is, not one gene from Raja Shantanu belonged to the future rulers of Hastinapur. Second, there is another teaching in this. We have already discussed that when Veda Vyasa was asked by Satyavati to give her a progeny, he accepted the offer. He was ready to bail out his mother, but yet he told her that at that time he was in a penance called Rudra Yoga, which creates so much heat within the person who is doing that penance that this heat and this energy is too much for ordinary mortals. In fact, they get scared by the looks of a person who is doing this penance. However, he told her that if he could wait for another 1 year, he will be able to come out of this yoga and then help her. But here, probably Satyavati had not learned two adages from the English proverb. First, slow and steady wins the race. Second, haste makes waste. Satyavati could not wait for 1 year. She wanted her son Veda Vyasa to get down to the work immediately. As a result of this, Veda Vyasa had to sleep with Ambalika, and a maid servant. As a result of which, Ambika gave birth to a boy who was blind because out of fear she had closed her eyes during their copulation period or cohabitation period. Ambalika was so scared that she went pale when Veda Vyasa went to her, and so she got a sickly boy called Pandu. The first boy was called Dhritarashtra and he was blind by birth. Second, Pandu was sickly and frail from birth or all his life. The third maid servant was the only one who could tolerate the assaults from Veda Vyasa, and so she gave birth to a perfectly normal and healthy boy who later became Vidura, the person who was taken as an advisor by the blind king Dhritarashtra. Now, this shows that one should never make haste while doing something. We will talk about Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura in my next video. Please subscribe to my this video and press the bell icon so that I can keep reminding you of my other videos. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.